Welcome back. Good morning to you. You never know when danger is approaching, so it's always important to know how to defend yourself in any given situation. Our first live guests this morning are here to break down some tips you can use to protect yourself and others. I'd like to welcome Travis Cook and Connie Chesner joining us live. They are the owners of Armored Self-Defense in Winston-Salem. Travis and Connie, good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. I like the name of this, Armored Self-Defense. This is kind of a great topic to talk about. How do we armor ourselves? What is the #1 tip for beginners?
The basic tip for self-defense, honestly, is to try to be aware as much as you possibly can when you're out in the public. Unfortunately, you can't predict everything that's going to happen, of course, but if you are locked into your phone or if you're distracted by other things and not paying attention to your surroundings, that is a key indicator to an attacker that you are going to be an easy target. So if you're just simply aware, a lot of times you're just deter a lot of the attackers from even coming after you in a lot of things.
Yeah, keep those eyes open. What about Connie? What is the foundation of self-defense? What would you say?
I think the foundation really is a mindset of being engaged with the environment around you on a regular basis. You know, our world is incredibly distractible, and we have lots of things that pull our attention away constantly. And really being engaged, especially when you're in areas where there could be a need for better awareness, parking lots, moving between locations and things like that, very important.
And then how do you recommend, Travis, for people to stay calm if a dangerous situation does arise and we've tried to be as aware and keep our eyes open as much as possible, but something does happen? What are your tips to kind of be calm but get out of a situation quickly?
That's exactly it. You know, if you can, find your nearest exit to avoid the situation if at all possible. You know, we always have to offer that if you do get into a situation where you can't quickly escape, you may need to have to assess the situation, such as maybe a shooting situation, something like that. You may have to take cover, assess the situation, figure out where the shots are coming from, but always remaining in a logical state of mind. The problem is a lot of people typically jump into an emotional state, which is very understandable in a high stress situation. And unfortunately, when you're in an emotional state, you're not always going to make the best logical choices for your safety or for your family's safety, et cetera, which is where the training comes in. So if you have the training, you're more likely to stick in that logical mindset. What's step one? Where do I need to go? What's the assessment? What's next? And you're going to be working through a list of logical steps to get you safe, as opposed to emotionally reacting and just jumping and going somewhere, which is not always the best option.
Yeah, let's talk about the benefits of training and taking, self-defense courses, for example, if someone would like to take the first step.
So the best step is to find an environment where you feel like you have safety and that you have qualified instructors. There are a lot of folks out there that are offering different options and things. Find something that fits you. Obviously, we offer Krav Maga. Krav Maga is a hand-to-hand combat based on the Israeli Defense Force, and it is very practical, realistic. You want folks that are going to allow you to have that mindset training in addition to the physical training. Physical training gives you a lot of really great stress relief, and it's really fun to do, but the mindset training needs to be in the mix at all times.
And Travis, what about the physicality of this? I don't want people to think, oh, they need to be in like tip-top shape. Like, how can anyone in any age group or skill level take a self-defense class?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, it depends on the course and the instructors and how they modify depending on the human, et cetera. But we actually have students that are ranging from the ages of 13 all the way through, they just turned 90 years old.
Wow.
80 years old, excuse me, 80. she would hurt me for that one. But
she's got skills
too. But she's literally 80 years old, and she comes in, we tell her, look, we are not teaching you to fight another human. We are teaching you to be so much trouble and fight back as much as humanly possible, so that attacker says, this is too much trouble and I'm going to get out of here. And of course, knowing the skills and having the training is going to help her to go after vulnerable parts of the body so that she can be as efficient as possible when she's trying to defend herself. So that's where the training does come in. But especially with our program, there is no physicality requirement. You come in as you are. We modify the things that you need to modify if you have bad knees, bad hips, whatever, because you are who you are. If you're in the world and you get attacked, you're going to have those knee issues or hip issues or whatever, and you need to know how to work around them in order to effectively either get out of there or defend yourself if necessary.
Travis and Connie, thank you. It's been great to hear from you. We appreciate your time. And for you at home, you can learn more about self-defense and how to take their classes at armoredselfdefense.com. That website's on your screen. They're based out of Winston-Salem.